1994 was a great year for film, especially with the big names that got released, such as Disney's The Lion King, which is a great children's film. Now, even though it is a huge childhood favorite film of mine, my current self, my adult self, does find it a tad bit overrated. I still think The Lion King is a great film, but it's not a 10 out of 10 film for me, even though my childhood self would believe that. And there was also 3 great films that no one can deny are cinematic masterpieces. The Shawshank Redemption is one of them, but we also had Quentin Tarantino's magnum opus, Pulp Fiction. And there's even my favorite film of all time, as of lately, Forrest Gump. Yeah, I know some people are going to say Shawshank is better than Forrest Gump, but honestly, these 2 films are different from each other. It just goes to personal experience. I just feel more attached to Forrest Gump than I am with The Shawshank Redemption. Now, I have had this philosophy that I am very sure any film buff would have a mutual agreement on, that popularity does not equal quality. I'd say that is more relevant to today's modern works that are popular. The Shawshank Redemption was released in the mid-90s. And to this day, it is a critically acclaimed film, and it still gets talked about. I have seen The Shawshank Redemption about 5 times, even more, and I love it just as much as my previous viewing of it. The Shawshank Redemption is a great film. I think that goes without saying. What really got me sucked into the rest of the film of The Shawshank Redemption is the cinematography. Every shot, every camera technique is impeccable. The Shawshank Redemption contains some of the best cinematography I have ever seen in my life. Not many films, I think, rival the cinematography of The Shawshank Redemption. I also greatly respect Frank Darabont's vision and how certain scenes should be shot, because when Hadley beats the shit out of one of the inmates, Frank Darabont didn't want that scene to be flashy. He wanted a wide shot of the viewer seeing everything. I love how this film is directed. And by the way, Clancy Brown, great performance in The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption also stars Tim Robbins, William Sadler, Bob Gunton, and even the great late James Whitmore. And it also contains fine narration by Morgan Freeman. The cinematography is not the only thing that's impeccable about The Shawshank Redemption. So is the acting. There is not one dull performance, and there is not even one line that was botched. The acting in The Shawshank Redemption is one of the perfect acting performances from an entire cast in film. Even though 90% of the characters are convicted felons, these characters are likable. Now, there are a couple of characters that you're not supposed to like, but the writing towards those characters are just as good as the majority of the main characters in The Shawshank Redemption. That is because The Shawshank Redemption has great directing with a great script in it. Even though Thomas Newman's other film scores are also good, The Shawshank Redemption's film score is his most famous. It's also very good. In my Misery review, I stated that I find Stephen King overrated as a writer when it comes to his body of work, but I did say that there were some exceptions, and of course, The Shawshank Redemption. Even though this is a film adaptation of Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, this is a very faithful film adaptation to a Stephen King story, and I would say that this is one of the best works by Stephen King. I also find The Shawshank Redemption quotable, since I actually do quote some things from The Shawshank Redemption, especially whenever I have fish for dinner on some occasions, and whenever the fish is ready to eat, I actually sometimes go, "Fresh fish! Fresh fish! Fresh fish!" Hell, the city I live in has gotten busier since the last 10 years, and I would have quote books in this situation.
The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
And of course, one of the more famous quotes,
"Get busy living, or get busy dying."
The Shawshank Redemption also has some great humorous moments, especially when Haywood is reading the title and the author, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas.
Count of Monte Cristo.
That's Cristo, you dumb shit.
By Alexandre Dumas. Dumbass.
Dumbass. Dumas. You know what that's about? You'll like it. It's about a prison break.
But what's really captivating is the drama and the Shawshank Redemption. And I don't need to say any more about this film because you know damn well what I'm going to give the Shawshank Redemption. You know damn right what it's going to be. A 10 out of 10 for the Shawshank Redemption.
That's goddamn right.